The story kicks off with some serious interrogation vibes. Two characters are trying to survive, but the questions are intense. Why are you here? Who are you with? It's giving main character energy right from the jump, but the stakes are already sky high and nobody's spilling the tea just yet. After a close call, the duo decides to dip from the mountain and head back to their village. The plan is to grab their weapons and bounce. It's a classic "we got to get out of here" moment, realizing that no one's coming to save them. A real self-rescue mission. The village is giving ghost town. It's eerily silent, suggesting everyone already bounced on boats. The characters are unarmed and trying to avoid these creatures called filthoids, which sounds like a major vibe kill. The tension is building as they sneak through, trying to make it home in one piece. Just when things looked bleak, one character drops a major plot twist. There's a flying ship hidden in the mountain ruins. A whole ship on a mountain. The audacity. It sounds like something out of a fantasy game, but it's their only shot at escaping this island nightmare for good. The sword our main character has is literally the key to the flying ship, which is a major glow-up for a simple weapon. It was never meant for fighting, but for unlocking their escape route. This whole setup feels like a destiny moment, orchestrated by someone or something way before they got there. They stumble upon what seems to be their old home, but one of them has total amnesia about it. The line, "maybe it's all for the best," is hitting hard, suggesting some traumatic memories are better left buried. They decide to focus on escaping first and building a new home later. The 13th Legion shows up and things immediately get complicated. It turns out Barry, one of the main characters, has a history with them, and they are not here to play. The escape plan just got 100 times harder, with organized soldiers now in the mix, not just mindless monsters. It's revealed that one of the characters is Number Zero, someone the Legion has been hunting for ages. Chief Sybil is ready to take her, showing zero remorse. The power of resonance is mentioned, hinting at some latent abilities that are about to be unleashed in a big way. In a heartbreaking moment, the meaning of 3 quick blinks is revealed. It's a secret signal that means, even if left all alone, you should be brave and live on until the day we meet again. It's a message of hope and resilience, delivered right before a major separation. Our protagonist wakes up in a whole new region, the Hyperborean Empire, which is giving major culture shock. She's rescued by 2 new characters, Camilla and Snow, but her first thought is finding Barry. The loyalty is real, but she's clearly in way over her head in this new place. A new character, Margie, introduces herself as Princess Rubbish Bin, a scavenger with a sense of humor. This adds a quirky, down-to-earth vibe to the story. It's clear that survival in this new city, Ice Lake, involves a lot of grit and finding community in unexpected places. We get the tea on how our protagonist was rescued. A mysterious hooded man in a white cloak paid Camilla to find her and bring her into the city. This anonymous benefactor is giving major Secret Guardian vibes, but their motives are still a total mystery, adding another layer to the plot. The crew heads to the Hypnos House, which is basically the city's haunted mansion. It's a sketchy place where the lodgers never leave and weird smells drift out. But it's also the only place that might take in someone without a travel permit. So desperate times call for spooky measures. Inside the spooky inn, they meet Psyche, a super nice girl who works for the grumpy innkeeper. Henrik. She's a bright spot in a gloomy place, offering our protagonist a room and some kindness. It's a reminder that even in the darkest corners, you can find people who are a total vibe. Okay, so the plot is thickening like oatmeal. Our girl is connecting the dots between these wild dreams, a mysterious dude in a white cloak, and this number 0 person. The biggest L, though, is losing Barry. She's convinced Barry is either captured or trying to find her, which is intense. A wandering blacksmith named Lunith gets obsessed with the protagonist's sword, calling it a legendary weapon not made by local smiths. She joins the crew, offering her forging skills in exchange for a chance to study the blade. This sword is clearly more than just a key. It's a whole artifact. The social commentary just dropped. In Hyperborea, people with horns, the Karens, are treated like second-class citizens by the Solars. They're called demons' children and face constant discrimination. This adds a heavy layer of social injustice to the world, explaining the constant tension and struggle for survival. After catching a thief, Camilla drops some wisdom. The city is a wild place full of beasts, and you can't just trust anyone. It's a harsh but necessary lesson in street smarts. This incident proves our protagonist is capable, earning her a spot as a fox hunter or bounty hunter. A high-stakes commission is posted by Henrik to find a rare mineral called Crystal of Stellar in a monster-infested mine. The reward is huge, enough to get our protagonist back to the south. Despite the danger, she takes the job, seeing it as her only ticket to finding her lost treasure, Barry. The crew links up to find the Crystal of Stellar, and Psyche joins the adventure, which is a vibe. It turns from a solo mission into a full-on party exploring the Gleam Pit. The banter about Psyche getting a Grand Duke title is hilarious. Their little found family is forming. After a massive boss fight, they secure the Crystal of Stellar, only for another fox hunter named Outsider to try and swipe it. He claims it's how their line of work goes, but it's still a low blow. This introduces a new rival and a more complicated dynamic among the city's bounty hunters. The concept of awakening is explained. It's a growth stage for Karens where they can gain special powers and become demons. Our protagonist realizes she's one of these rare, powerful individuals. This awakening explains her newfound strength and the healing of her wounds, marking a major glow-up. Outsider's home life is a whole mood. He has a sister, Fina, and their dynamic is super sweet. He literally conjures a starry sky for her birthday. It's a soft moment that shows a different side to his tough fox hunter exterior, proving he's got a big heart under all that. A deal is struck. Outsider will help the protagonist get a travel permit, a crucial item for freely moving around Hyperborea. In return, she has to investigate the Hypnos House and Henrik's shady business. It's a classic quid pro quo that teams them up for a much bigger mission. While snooping, our hero learns that Henrik has some seriously peculiar habits, like leaving the house at exactly 8 p.m. on the 20th of every month. This little detail is a major clue, giving the crew a perfect window of opportunity to break into his off-limits office and uncover his secrets. Okay, the vibe just got dark. Chief Sibyl is debriefing on Purgatorio Island, and it turns out the Forsakens might have manipulated the Filthoids. There's a spy in the 13th Legion, and the plot is way deeper than just a simple monster hunt. This conspiracy goes all the way up. Outsider is teaching the protagonist some combat tricks, like how to use the environment to outsmart big enemies. It's a training montage moment that shows their partnership growing. He's basically leveling her up, getting her ready for whatever this city is about to throw at them next. Inside Henrik's office, the truth is finally revealed. A list of names under the Slumber Project, including the missing fox hunter, Hunt, and Psyche. This confirms Henrik is involved in something sinister, and Psyche is his next target. The haunted house rumors were an understatement. This place is a death trap. Psyche's eyesight is fading, a symptom she tries to hide. During a heartfelt walk by Lamenting Lake, she gives the protagonist her old camera, asking her to see the world for me. It's a deeply emotional and tragic moment, highlighting the depth of their bond and the hopelessness of Psyche's situation. The term deterioration is explained. It's a rare disease where Karens turn into super-strong filthoids with no cure. This is why Solars are so terrified of them. The protagonist realizes with horror that Psyche's blindness is a symptom, and all the lodgers at Hypnos House are likely deteriorators. Henrik, on his deathbed, confesses everything. The Hypnos House is a shelter for deteriorators, whose families bring them to him for a peaceful, dignified end. He couldn't bring himself to do it for Psyche because she reminded him of his own daughter, Haley, who also suffered the same fate. The confrontation with Psyche is wild. She's transformed into a powerful, whirlwind-wielding creature who has lost her mind. The crew has to fight her, but it's a battle no one wants to win. It's a tragic showdown against a friend who has become a monster against her will. Psyche's inner monologue is a whole therapy session. She's fighting against her own dark side, which is telling her that her life is meaningless, and she should just embrace being a monster. It's a raw internal battle against the despair of her situation, questioning her entire existence. In a moment of clarity, Psyche takes her own life, choosing to die as herself rather than live as a monster. Her final wish is to go to a warm place where flowers bloom. It's an incredibly sad but powerful end to her story, leaving the crew devastated by the loss. A mystical being, the fairy woman of the misty sea, appears to guide Psyche's soul. She tells the protagonist that Psyche departed with gratitude, not resentment. She also hints that one day the protagonist might be strong enough to challenge the laws of life and death itself, which is a huge foreshadowing. Okay, major plot shift. We're suddenly in a military dream sequence, or maybe a memory. The main character is now a captain in the 13th Legion, fighting filthoids. It's giving intense battlefield drama, and everyone's stressed. The whiplash from the previous storyline is real, but it's intriguing. A medic named Daphne has a plan to use underground tunnels to get the wounded to safety. It's a risky move, but it's their only shot. This section of the story is full of military strategy and high-stakes decisions, showing a completely different side of this world's conflicts. The battle plan has gone sideways. The Forsakens knew they were coming, suggesting a spy has leaked their plans. Commander Avar and the captain are now trying to salvage the mission, but they're trapped, outgunned, and dealing with a massive intelligence failure that cost a lot of lives. The captain just pulled off a pro-gamer move, blowing up the Foxica tank to disable the fortress's defenses. It was a high-risk, high-reward play that totally paid off. Then Commander Fulvis calls, and the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. The yapping is next level. They capture some Karens who claim they were enslaved by the Forsakens, not working with them. It's a moral dilemma. Trust them or treat them as enemies. The captain decides to let them live and use them as guides, a decision that shows a compassionate but risky leadership style. The reinforcements are a no-show, and Fulvis orders them to storm the central control room anyway, basically sending them on a suicide mission. Avar is furious, but Fulvis is yapping about glory and sacrifice. It's clear he sees his soldiers as completely disposable pawns in his power game. Commander Avar immediately clocks that the Karen refugees are suspicious. He points out that enslaved laborers wouldn't know the layout of a fortress's core so well. He separates them, showing his experience and sharp instincts. That girl, Katya, is definitely up to something, and Avar is not falling for it. Katya, the captured girl, drops a bombshell. Someone in the Legion wants the captain dead. This confirms the spy theory and raises the stakes even higher. It's not just an external enemy anymore. The betrayal is coming from inside the house, and now everyone is a potential threat. Inside the control room, the captain finds a recording that exposes Commander Avar as a traitor working with the Forsakens. The evidence seems solid, but the timing is way too convenient. It feels like a setup, a perfectly crafted narrative to frame Avar and hide the real conspiracy. The ultimate betrayal just dropped. Fulvis reveals he framed Avar as part of a political scheme to purge Karons from power. He's yapping about pruning the imperial oak and admits the higher-ups are in on it. Avar tries to negotiate, but Fulvis is on a whole other level of villainy. With Avar dead and the fortress set to self-destruct, Daphne and the captain are now fugitives. An order goes out to execute Daphne on sight, branding her a Forsaken spy. They're being hunted by their own people, with the entire Legion turned against them by Fulvis's lies. Daphne comes up with a genius plan. Turn themselves in to Chief Sybil. She's known for being a stickler for justice and won't execute them without a full investigation. The Imperial prison, ironically, becomes their safest refuge from Fulvis's assassins. It's a high-risk gamble to survive. The interrogation is a full-on psychological trip. The captain is forced to relive the battle through a hypnotic agent, facing twisted versions of their fallen comrades who accuse them of betrayal. It's a brutal test of their resolve, designed to break them and force a false confession. The full truth of Avar's sacrifice is revealed. He orchestrated his own death at the captain's hands to trick Fulvis, all while secretly recording Fulvis's confession. He gave his life to get the evidence needed to expose the conspiracy, a true hero's final play. Just as they're about to be executed, Prince Vilius rolls in with a royal pardon, saving them at the last second. He reveals he's a friend and gets them out of prison. It's a deus ex machina moment that completely changes the game, proving they have powerful allies. Back in Dismania, the captain gets a full pardon thanks to Prince Vilius, who is low-key a lifesaver. He offers the captain a bodyguard gig for a 6-month mission to Scarlet River, which is a convenient way to get out of the city's political drama. A fresh start is loading. The story snaps back to our original protagonist in Ice Lake, who survived the Karen Hunt attack. She learns the city has been on edge, and Officer Fisher has been checking on her daily. It confirms the military arc was a separate story, and now we're back to the main plot. Our hero strikes a deal with Officer Fisher. She'll help with the Karen Hunt investigation in exchange for Fisher's help finding her family, specifically Barry. It's a mutually beneficial partnership that teams up a fox hunter and a Legion officer, combining street smarts with official authority to solve the case. At the crime scene, they find a piece of a velvet stage curtain pointing to the Gallia Theater. This, combined with the perpetrator's singing, strengthens the theory that the monster has a connection to opera. The clues are starting to form a picture, and it's leading them straight to the stage. After clearing the theater and a local factory, they find a harpoon and fish oil stored in Foxica containers. This points the investigation toward the fishermen in the slums. They realize the perpetrator got covered in the smelly fish oil, which is why the cat was able to track them. The sewer mission escalates fast. The crew finds civilians trapped by the monster, and it's a whole rescue op now. Officer Fisher takes charge, but things get real when they finally confront the perpetrator. It's a huge, terrifying creature, and the fight is about to be a cinematic boss battle. Officer Fisher is stable but unconscious. Her backstory is revealed. Her parents were killed by a deteriorator they were sheltering, a secret she's kept her whole life. This trauma is what drives her to protect people so fiercely, adding a tragic depth to her character. With a list of details about Barry, Fisher promises to use her Legion contacts to find her. The search for Number 0 is officially back on. Meanwhile, Fisher shares that her brother, Blues, is a Laurel Karen candidate, a title that carries both honor and a heavy burden in their society. The 13th Legion, led by Major Lin, takes over the case because the monster attacked nobles in the inner city. Suddenly, the stakes are higher, and the local escort is sidelined. It's clear the Empire only cares when its elite are threatened, and our crew is now caught in a much bigger operation. In the monster's sewer hideout, they find what looks like a mini theater stage. This confirms the perpetrator's obsession with opera. The hideout is strangely cozy, suggesting a more complex and human side to the creature they're hunting. It's not just a mindless beast, it's someone with a story. They identify the song the monster was singing, Requiem for the Nameless from the opera, Children from the Snowfield. This popular but tragic song is a major clue, and Rhythm realizes her opera-loving brother, Blues, knew it by heart. The connection is getting dangerously close to home. The big reveal is insane. The monster is Blues, Rhythm's younger brother. She's in total denial, remembering him as a good-hearted kid. The emotional damage is off the charts. He gives her back a chain she made for him, confirming his identity and shattering her world completely. Blues' backstory is a nightmare. He was taken by the Alchemy Academy and the 6th Legion, who used the Laurel Karen title as bait for illegal experiments. They tortured and augmented him, turning him into a living weapon known only as Subject 47. His humanity was systematically stripped away. In the lab, Blues befriends another subject, 36, who encourages him to hold on to his humanity. They bond over their shared love for opera and make a promise to escape and put on a show together. It's a small moment of connection and hope in an otherwise horrific situation. A mysterious figure from the Forsakens appears, trying to recruit Blues. He reveals the Laurel Karen program is a widespread conspiracy to experiment on Karens. He offers Blues a chance at vengeance, framing the conflict not just as survival, but as a fight to protect their entire kind from the Empire's cruelty. The Silver Candle Carnival turns into a war zone. The 13th Legion, led by Lin, springs a trap to capture the Forsakens. Rhythm is forced to choose between her loyalty to the Legion and her love for her brother, and she chooses her brother, officially becoming an enemy of the Empire. Rhythm and the Fox Hunters decide to help Blues escape. He makes a final, selfless choice, asking them to protect his sister and leave him behind. He's accepted his fate but wants to ensure Rhythm's safety, a final act of brotherly love before he faces the Legion alone. The final plot twist hits like a truck. The monster isn't Blues, it's his friend Fantasio who took his place. The real Blues died after the experiments drove him mad. Fantasio pretended to be him to protect Rhythm from the truth that she killed her own brother. After Fantasio's sacrifice, the real Blues is revealed, dying from his wounds. He asks Fantasio to tell his sister the truth about the 6th Legion, but to lie about his death. He dies in his friend's arms, ending his tragic story. Fantasio is left to carry the weight of his final request. In his final moments, Fantasio embraces his identity as a performer named Parsifal and puts on one last show. He fights off the Filtoids in a blaze of glory, completing the tragic arc of the nameless fairy from the opera. His death is both a performance and a final defiant act. In the aftermath, Rhythm quits the Legion, unable to reconcile with the corruption. She gives the main character a final piece of intel. A high-value prisoner matching Barry's description is being transported by train in 1 month. This sets up the next big mission, a train heist to save Barry. Lynn confronts her superior, Randy, about the 6th Legion's illegal experiments, but he shuts her down. She is reminded that her duty is to the Legion, not to her personal sense of justice. The system is corrupt, and even a powerful officer like her is forced to accept the brutal sacrifices it demands.